Hello. Welcome. Glad to have everyone here. For subscribers who are back, welcome back. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hopefully you should find something in today's reading for you. Now, let me see how far up we can get that. Okay. So you may have two. That's okay. And at the end of each one, I am going to pull an angel answer card. So at the end of each group, think of a question, pull an angel answer card for you, and see what the angels have to say for your question. If you want to know about the cards that we are using today, of course, Doreen Virtue's angel answer cards, as well as her Archangel Raphael deck, we have the Wheel of the Year Tarot, we have the Lover's Path Tarot by Chris Waldhair, and then the Universal Love Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. So we're going to put your angel answer. That's it. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and lay these out. And camera should be zoomed in close enough that you can see the graphics. If, however, there is a graphic that you need to see in a little more detail, I will hold that up. Now, your first card is reverse. I'm going to flip it upright just so that you can see the graphics, okay? At some point when we move to the next card, I'm going to put it back in reverse because that is, when I was shuffling all the cards and preparing them, every single situation, the first card flew out literally onto the floor for each one, and it was reverse every single time. It flew out of the deck, upright, and it was reverse. So that is the message for all of you, because this deck does have reverse meanings. Now, so what is this discussion that you need to have? Group one, the Rose group. You have 4 cards. You have Awakening. Now, traditional tarot, this would be the Sun card. Then you have 5 of Swords, Dreams, and then you have this caffeine-free card at the end. Now, this card, in this deck, the major arcanas, they go in and they discuss couples. And with this particular card, this is about Cupid and Psyche. And so Psyche, she was gorgeous. She was just beautiful blonde, long blonde locks. Don't know if you guys can see that. She was stunning. And Venus was very jealous of her. So Venus had given her son the directive to go and find Psyche and pierce her with his arrow so that Psyche would fall in love, madly in love, and foolishly in love with whomever the next person was that she set her eyes on. Well, she actually ended up falling in love with Cupid. And the two of them, they ended up secretly marrying each other. And it was not an easy thing, because Psyche, trying to win over her mother-in-law, Venus, she was, asking for forgiveness, but Venus kept giving her these trials and tribulations, these hurdles and things to overcome, but eventually she did, and she was able to be reunited with Cupid, and, their love was strengthened because they made it through this test, all these tests together, but their love was so strong that they were able to make it through it. Now, upright, this card, would be a really good thing. It's creativity, success, optimism, fertility, but it is reverse. So this card in the reverse position, it's about us being unwilling to accept someone's affection or our unwillingness to show our affection and love for someone. It can also be being blocked by others because, again, Psyche was blocked by Cupid's mother until finally at the end. So this could be being blocked by others, being blocked by family members, being blocked by other lovers, but being blocked, keeping these two destined, fated lovers apart. And then this is also, refusal to grow, refusal to allow things to happen, refusal to allow things to unfold. It can also be problems with children. We're going to come back to that. Now, the next card you have, this is this 5 of Swords. This is these defeated warriors. You look, they're like worn out. They've been stabbed. Their clothes are tattered. Things still haven't cleared up. They've won this battle, but they don't feel like they've won the battle. They're not walking away without any scrapes, cuts. They're just barely getting away. This card's about sorrow and loss and heartbreak. It's also humiliation, a severe defeat. It can be dishonor, betrayal, deception, treachery. So the next card is dreams, and then caffeine free. So the dreams card, we're going to pull them all together in a second. The dreams card, you know, when we sleep, our dreams, we're able to relax and get into that deep state, that deep theta state. Our dreams help heal us and renew us. So for a number of you, you do have past life things with your twin. And those past life experiences, or the most recent past life experience that you've had with each other, is bringing up some worries, some fears, some self-doubt. This relationship with the two of you has not been able to come to pass for a multitude of reasons. For some of you, those reasons are because there is something deep in your soul that's being triggered from a past life with your twin. Nearly all twins do have something from a past life where you were not able to come back together, like Cupid and Psyche. You actually were kept apart. And this lifetime is your opportunity to heal those things. Congratulations. Those of you that are about to come into union, you have been able to successfully heal those things. Had you not, you would not be coming into physical union with each other. You would need that remaining time to heal those things. But you have healed those things. But there's still something deep in your soul that when you think of coming together with this person, you're kind of triggered. It makes you kind of twitchy. So this last card, caffeine, there is a prayer at the bottom, but I'm not going to read the prayer because what it's really talking about is, you know, if you've had too much caffeine, you start becoming all twitchy and you do knee-jerk things, and many of you, it's just kind of like the thought of coming back together kind of makes you twitchy. You're kind of scared. You're kind of worried. Like if you spook a horse, the horse that spooked, it's going to jerk up and it's going to take off. So when you think of coming back together with your twin, many of you have this deep fear. You don't even understand why. Your soul has healed those things from the past. And what they want you to know is it is time to allow this to happen. And to trust that the fear, the worries, the negative feelings that you have, they will pass. They're no longer going to be there. They're no longer going to be allowed to sabotage this relationship. You'll no longer be able to be sabotaged by the past if you just allow those fears and things to subside. So many of you, when you do come back into union, for some reason, you're going to feel triggered. You're going to have this fear, this worry. Don't succumb to that. Trust. So what you're needing to discuss, so you've got this destined, fated, meant to be relationship. It is time for you to come back together. For those of you that were drawn to this category, you have not allowed yourself to open up and share your feelings with her or him. So you are being encouraged that when the two of you come back together to truly open up and discuss your feelings with each other. Let each other know how you feel about each other. Let each other know that you love each other. Discuss with each other what it is that you desire, what it is, the outcome that you want, what your hopes and your dreams are. Because for some of you, you think that you are desiring completely opposite things, when in fact you are on the same page, but you don't know it because you have not up to this point discussed your feelings. Because you both have come together, there's been this trigger, and off you go in separate directions. You're also being encouraged, for some of you, you know, you're this person who you have been betrayed by others. You've been hurt. Some of you feel as though you have been humiliated by past lovers. For some of you could be in a situation like Cupid and Psyche, where maybe it was a parent that was keeping the two of you apart. Maybe you didn't feel like you were good enough. Maybe you didn't feel you were capable or competent. Maybe you felt like you lacked something, but you never have. So you've healed. You've now come to that point, but share that with her. Share that with him. Let them know. I love you. I care for you deeply. I haven't felt this for anyone else. However, feeling something that deep, I was very fearful that you were going to hurt me like the others have. I was afraid you were going to betray my trust. I was afraid that you were going to humiliate me. For some of you, that it could have been a parent that was keeping you apart. Share that with them. Let them know. Because you haven't communicated those things. And for others, you just haven't shared the feelings because you have not wanted this to grow. And for a large number of you, you didn't even understand why, because it was something deep. Because again, you did have to go through this deep transformative healing in order to get to this point. But you are being encouraged to discuss your feelings, open up, share with each other. You both have the same fears and concerns, but they're not founded on anything solid. They're false fears, false worries, because you can trust each other. And the time has come to really open up with each other, allow each other in. And they're saying, stop being so twitchy and flighty. You don't need to do that anymore. You have nothing to fear at this juncture. Now, they're also saying, for a large number of you, you are terrified of this because of past relationships. Many of you, both of you, have been hurt deeply by other people. And there is, even though you feel something's different with him, with her, you feel and you have this deep intuitive knowing that you've not had anything like this before. You don't believe that they could ever hurt you. You still have this fear that they are going to leave you in tears like the others have, when in fact, they're not. So, and they're also reiterating, they're saying that some of you, you are fearful. So say you want to have a family. You're fearful that maybe they don't want to. Or maybe you've been, always dreamt of moving out of state or out of country, and you're fearful, oh my gosh, what if they don't want to? You are twin flames. They want the same thing you do. Discuss your hopes, your dreams, your desires. You will be pleasantly surprised that they want the exact same thing that you want. Okay, go ahead, think of a question. Dun, dun, dun. Any question that you may have, and we are going to flip over your angel answer card, and then I'm going to read it. So, there have been so many miscommunications between the two of you because you have not been forthright. You have not shared how you feel. You see these dolphins almost like diving into the earth, like into the water. Water is indicative of emotions. Allow yourself to dive in. And give me 1 second. I'm actually going to read this because there might be something in here that triggers it for you. Communicate clearly. This situation requires very precise and careful communication. Don't assume that others involved understand what you want or need from them. In-person discussions are preferable, but if that's not possible, make sure that your communication method is very thorough. This card can indicate that there has been a miscommunication that is creating a challenge for both parties involved. By clearing up any misunderstandings, you can heal the situation so that everyone can start moving forward again. So, hopefully that helps. Now, on to Group B. Let's go on ahead and see what you have. We're going to leave your angel answer card right here. And so I told Group 1, when shuffling the cards, your first card for every single scenario popped out, fell on the floor, and they were all in reverse. I'm going to put it upright so you can see the graphics while we are covering what all the cards mean. And then once we move to the next card, I will put it back in reverse. Like Group 1, you do have a major arcana in this deck. When it comes to those, there is always a story about a couple. Now, this story, this is contemplation in traditional tarot. This would be the Hermit. And this is a story about Abelard and Eloise. And he was a very intelligent theologian. He was a professor. He was a teacher. And he was very independent in what he thought and what he believed. He would go against religious dogma and the beliefs and such of society and do what he felt was right. And he had this deep love for Eloise. And it was this forbidden love. So she was 20 years older than him, and the two of them, they just felt this deep passion with each other. It's like they were around each other and sparks flew, clothes were flying, and she became pregnant. And they went and they were secretly wed. But then after that, there was this person who was trying to break them up, and this person ended up castrating, we'll go ahead, abbreviate his name, Abe, went ahead and castrated him. And the two of them had to go in opposite directions. She gave up their child, and she went into the monastery and became a nun. He went in and became a monk. But they still had this deep love for each other because it was a destined deep love. they would be twin flames. They were each other's other half. And this love never died. It never went away. It always grew stronger and stronger. If you look, here he is. He's in his monk attire. And he's actually painting her on this sheet of music that he has, because she's always in his thoughts, always on his mind. There was one time years later in their life that they had run into each other at this event, but the love was still there. That connection, that draw to each other, that was there, that spark, the sexual desire, the love, the deep feelings for each other. It was a fire, this flame with each other. It never died. It never went away. Upright, this card, it would be the Hermit. So it's, withdrawal, reflection. But again, it came out reversed. Now, reverse, this card would be about being distracted by the world, ignoring our inner intuition, ignoring our inner knowing, being disconnected from our feelings, being disconnected from our heart, our heart's longings. Also, being into things for materialistic superficiality reasons, not really having true depth, true meaning in things. Then we have this Knight of Wands. And this would be the dauntless traveler. He's always he's the man on the town. He desires adventure. He can be impatient because he's just so enthusiastic to start this thing, to get this new thing off the ground. He's filled with excitement. This is also valor. The next card that we have is the Earth. And it's this earth connection, because you see this tree is deeply rooted in the earth. And when we go outside and we spend time outdoors, we can actually heal ourselves. We can allow our problems to fade away. And when we allow our problems to fade away, we can allow ourselves to open up. We can allow ourselves to hear our intuition. We can allow ourselves to hear our inner knowing. We can then get the clarity that we need on what it is that we really desire in life. What is it that we want? And we have this card, Have Faith. So for most of you that picked this, for those of you that picked this group 2, you are the Divine Masculine. You have, for a very long time, done everything that you can to get her off of your mind. You have thrown yourself into other relationships. You've been with other lovers. You've thrown yourself into work. You have allowed family obligations to override. For some of you, you have allowed yourself to be so busy with family obligations. For others of you, you've allowed family obligations to override the things that you want. So what others wanted kept you from having what you want. So for some of you, maybe it was a family member that didn't want you to be with her. And you went ahead and denied what you desired. You denied your heart's calling to keep them happy. But after a while, that wasn't working. For others of you, it was just putting other people's needs first. It could be other lovers. You were in relationships with people, you weren't happy. For some of you were staying in relationships where it truly was based off of materialism, superficiality. It looked good on paper, seemed like a good relationship, but you were miserable. For some of you, it could have been trying multiple relationships with multiple people, but everyone left you longing for something more. It was helping you try to keep your mind off of her, but you never could get your mind off of her. So you have come to this realization that you really now know what you want. You have allowed yourself, because for so long you were ignoring your feelings. For many of you, for most of you, you were ignoring how you felt about her. You were trying to bury that, trying to get rid of that. But just like Abe and Eloise, when they came together years later, it was just as strong as ever. No matter how you've tried to stuff down your feelings for her and fill that void with something or someone else, your feelings for her just are stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. You have come to the realization that this love with her is very deeply rooted and it's not going to go away. You have now come to the realization that you do want to have something with her. You do want to come together. You're excited, you're hopeful. If you look at this card, you see all of these flowers back there. You thought that it was over. You think that it's over. You think that this is deader than a doornail. You think there's zero potential. She is not going to come back. She is not going to have anything to do with you. You'd like to rush in. You'd like to rush in and share your feelings, but you are terrified that it's not going to work out, which is why you've got this card, Have Faith. And at the bottom, there's a prayer that says, Dear Jesus and Archangel Raphael, thank you for boosting my faith so that I may trust in miracles. So you think there's no chance, 0 chance, but in fact there is. This card is also reminding you to stay optimistic because you are going to be receiving exactly what you would like. They're also encouraging you to trust her. Now, for those of you that it's the other way around, trust him. But they are saying that this is the divine masculine, and trust her. Even if it's reversed, there's always divine masculine, divine feminine. They're saying don't listen to your fears. So you have been delaying moving in her direction, and you've been delaying contacting her. You see, he's like rushing in on his horse. He's ready. You know, this is this field. He's overcome the mountain. He's overcome. He's healed. He's finally let those things go that he has held on to as ways to block her out, keep her out. And he's ready to move forward. He's ready to rush in, declare his feelings, share those things. You've been wanting to do that, but because you see all this dirt picked up, I mean, the horse isn't just moseying in. The Knight of Wands is the fastest knight. He's rushing in. This dirt is picked up. It's not over. You want to go in and declare your feelings, but you have been delaying that for a large number of you because there's this fear. You don't even know where the fear comes from. Many of you, this is a fear because you have never felt such deep feelings for someone before, and it really throws you off kilter. So you're like, oh my gosh, I just, what if I open up to that and then, she hurts me like other people, or she just tries to use me, or whatever the fear may be that you've had people do to you in the past. Trust her. She's not going to do that to you. Some of you just delayed doing it because you have tried to disconnect from her emotionally and you fear how it's going to turn out, which is why you focus on everything but her. But you're now at this point that you're ready. They're encouraging you to have that conversation with her. It is time. You must let her know how you feel about her. You must let her know that you love her. They're saying be very clear with her because you have never shared with her how you feel, which is why she is not and has not come in your direction. They're again reminding you, do not fear these deep feelings that you have for her. She also has for you. And for some of you, there's also a discussion that you need to have about a child that the two of you lost. Because like in this story where Abe and Eloise, they had a child that she had to give up. There's some of you, there's a small number of you out there where the two of you conceived a child and you lost a child. And I'm very sorry for that. It's heartbreaking on both sides for the mom and the dad to lose a baby. And you lost a child. They're saying for some of you, you were fearful of a false pregnancy, fearful of being used, that she was trying to trap you. They're saying, because again, this card's all about, you can trust them. That's one of the meanings of the card. You can trust her. She wasn't lying to you. She wasn't deceiving you. Actually, she wasn't planning on the pregnancy either. It was a complete surprise, just like Abe and Eloise. They had this passion to each other, and out of their love, they conceived a child. They weren't planning to conceive a child, but it happened. She wasn't planning to have her baby, but God had a different plan. But the timing wasn't right. There wasn't anything that you could have done to stop the loss of the baby. There was nothing she could have done to stop the loss of the baby. It just wasn't time. They're saying stop beating yourself up for it, because there's some of you out there that are beating yourself up thinking that maybe if you would have done more or been more involved, something would have changed. It wouldn't have. It just wasn't time. Now, most of you that are in that situation, the two of you are going to be conceiving again, and you are actually going to be giving birth to your child. And it's the same soul, just so you know, it's the same soul that was going to try to come in a little too early before. Now your son or daughter is going to be making their entrance. But for them to do that, the two of you need to, come back into connection and let that spark fly again. So for all of you that have picked this, have the conversation. Let her know how you feel. Do not allow the fear to cause you to run in an opposite direction. There's nothing to fear. They're saying there's nothing to fear but the fear itself. So just allow it. Allow it to take root. Because this deep love, it hasn't left her either. Her heart, she longs for you as much as you long for her. She thinks of you as often as you think of her. It is most definitely not one-sided. Many of you fear that it is, but it's not. They're saying that this is a love that's rooted throughout eternity. The sooner that you have the conversation with her, the sooner that you'll be able to move into that bliss. Now, for others of you, they're also saying, so the two of you came together and you just had this sexual attraction, like Abe and Eloise. They were getting it on. Clothes were flying everywhere because the sexual draw is intense. But also twins, when twins are intimate, that sparks the kundalini. That really triggers the healing that must occur for both in order for you to ultimately come back together. Some of you, when you first met her, you thought that maybe it was just something sexual. Maybe this is a friend with benefits. We're just having some fun. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't stop thinking of her. Gosh, why can't I get her out of my mind? Holy crap, I'm in love with her. How did that happen? I don't even know her. I thought it was just some good loving. And best loving I've ever had, but I just thought that was it. They're saying trust that this is way more than that. Because some of you, with your fear of going back to her, you are thinking, you're fearing that what if she doesn't love me as deeply? What if to her it was just sex? It was real good sex, but what if it was just sex? It wasn't. She is your twin. She is your other half. You are mirrors of each other. She loves you as deeply as you love her. You have your own set of fears of moving in her direction. She has fears as well. But the person that's going to start this and bring the two of you back together is you, which is why you are being encouraged to no longer hold back, because this card in reverse means you have been delaying having the conversation with her. The time has come to stop delaying the conversation. Your entire divine team is encouraging you to have the conversation. Those of you that this message is for you, you know that. You're getting slapped day and night with signs and synchronicities. Trust. Trust her. Trust that it's going to be well. Trust that she feels the same. They are saying, let your fears go. Allow yourself to excitedly go in her direction, because this miraculous reunion is going to be more than even what you envision. Like when you're sitting and you're thinking about her, you're thinking about, oh man, but if we could have this together and we could have that together, it's going to be even better than what you're visualizing. Step one, have the conversation. Let her know how you feel. Okay, so if this is your messages, go ahead and think of a question, whatever the question is that you have on your mind, and we will pull your angel answer card and I will read it to you. The girls think we're done. They're incorrect. Okay, you have be assertive. You know what's interesting about this card? You see how she's holding up this mask, but actually at a distance, it kind of looks like the key. You are the key to unlocking the miracles for the two of you. You having this conversation with her, that's the key. That's what's going to open this up. That's what's going to, they're saying unlocking your treasure trove. These hopes and dreams that you have the key. The key is to having the conversation with her. That's going to unlock everything that you're desiring, you've been praying for, you've been hoping for. But you need to know you're the key. Your action, your having the conversation with her is the key. Well, they're also saying, also opening up your emotions. Many of you are afraid of sharing your emotions because you've been burnt in the past. Again, there's nothing for you to fear. This situation, so the book says, this situation calls for you to take matters into your own hands. You must be clear on your personal feelings and then pursue the fulfillment of your desires with courage and self-confidence. Ask for what you need without watering down your request in order to satisfy others. Remember that seeing to your own needs is nothing to apologize for. Set boundaries with those around you in order to create a safe and fair environment. Tailor your actions so that you earn the respect from others you deserve, and then move forward. Okay, so hopefully that helps. We're going to go ahead and move on to last group, Group C. If you pick this beautiful little Gerber daisy, this is all yours. Okay, we're going to put your angel answer card right here until the time comes, and let's see what you've got. Yorkies are not pleased that I have tricked them. They hear me reading angel answer cards. They think it's done, but then we keep going. Okay. So, Group C, you are the first one that does not have a major arcana, so that's good. That means you have a little bit more control over the situation, which, as you know, those of you on the Twin Flame journey, there's not a whole lot that we get. We get to just kind of hold on and enjoy the ride. So, You have a crosshair. You've got the Six of Coins, the Queen of Swords, emergence, and then over here you have divine intervention. Now, oh, I did mess it up. When I laid your cards out and put the flowers on top of them, they're telling me that it's reverse, and I flipped it up right when I was putting your flowers on it. So when I was shuffling all three groups and I shuffled this first deck, each of the cards in order flew out of the deck and landed onto the ground, and every single one of them landed upright, and they were all reverse. So I am going to put it back upright though, so you can see the graphics while we're going over, and then I will, okay, and then I'll flip it back up reverse again. So, Six of Coins. Again, upright. This is all about appreciation. It's charity. Now, this card is reversed, and that reverse is like resenting people who need help. But for those of you that this is your message, this is about you resenting the fact that you need help, or you feel you need help. You see needing help as a weakness, and you don't want to be weak. So you have not allowed your twin to come in to help you. You see, if you look at this card closely, you see how she's got her arms down on that pillow? It's like he is coming in and he's placing these coins in front of her. He's putting this protective barrier around her. He's helping her, but she is not going to reach out for that coin. She is not going to reach out for him. She's not going to reach out to thank him. And you see there's this snowfall behind her in that window. You have not wanted to allow him in. You have not wanted to accept his help. For some of you, you haven't wanted to accept help. Maybe you grew up with a single mother, or maybe you grew up, maybe your parents were married, but maybe your mom always felt like, you know, she was a burden. Maybe it wasn't a balanced relationship, and you've got this deep-seated fear that, okay, well, if I open up and allow him in, he's going to make me feel bad. He's going to make me feel as though I am not contributing. He's going to make me feel less than. Or if you grew up with a single mom, maybe you're like, okay, I don't want to have to need someone, because if I need someone, they're going to up and leave me out in the cold, and I'm going to be hurt. And you have such deep, intense feelings for him that you've never had for anyone else. And you're like, to open up and let him in, of all the people in my life, he is the one that can hurt me the deepest. He can hurt me like no one else can. So I'm just going to keep my hands to myself. I'm not going to let him in. I'm not going to accept what he's offering. You have been the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is, she's extremely intelligent. She's got her stuff together, but she's the Ice Queen. She hides her emotions. She will not open up and share emotions. If you look, she has the sword drawn. It's kind of like protecting her heart. You got this dead tree. It's almost as though she's over my dead body. I'm not going to allow my heart to warm up to you. I'm not going to allow you in. Because if I allow you into my home, if I allow you into my heart, you could then betray me. And to do that, I would have everything crumble down. Because when you met him, he has totally thrown you off. You felt more comfortable with him than you've ever felt with others. So, you know, maybe when you met him, okay. So like when I met my twin, I think it was our second date. And typically when I go on dates with gentlemen, I allow them to come into my house. Well, not first date. I'll meet them because, you know, what if they're not the best person? But day 2 or after that, they can come in. I'll have them enjoy a drink downstairs while I'll go back upstairs and finish getting ready. Well, date 2, he comes upstairs. Any other past relationship, I would have not been pleased, and I would have very directly, like the Ice Queen, asked him to get back downstairs with your drink. I will be down when I'm finished. Because I don't want males, dates, in my space. I'm in my bedroom. I'm getting ready. I'm putting on my necklace. Of course, clothed, but I'm finishing up getting ready. That's my intimate preparation. I had never wanted any man close. Never wanted any man. He came upstairs, offered to help with my necklace, and I was shocked when I allowed him to help me, and it felt comfortable. It felt as though that was having him clasp my necklace was something that I had done for years. I'm totally comfortable with that. I had never been comfortable with a man like that ever. And it threw me off. It shocked me. I'm like, this is not me. I'm a Scorpio. It takes a long time for someone to prove themselves. So for many of you, you felt similar to me, this deep comfort with him, like he's your home, because he is your home. But at the same time, you're like, no, I can't allow this to happen. Because what if he takes my home? What if he hurts me? What if everything comes crumbling around me? So nope, I'm not going to reach out because I don't want to be left out in the cold. I don't want to be hurt to the core. So you didn't show your feelings. You didn't open up to him. You kept your feelings to yourself. But the feelings haven't gone anywhere. Yeah, this emergence card. This is about being thrust into a situation that we are very uncomfortable in because it is something totally unfamiliar to us. It makes us feel twitchy. And back to one, in case you haven't figured it out, this is for both divine masculine and feminine. This is divine masculine. This is divine feminine. But you're both twitchy. Feeling this deep stuff for him totally made you feel twitchy, made you feel out of control, made you feel like I have never felt something like this for anyone ever before. I don't know if I can trust this. I don't know if I can trust him. So you know what? I'm just not going to allow it. I'm just gonna bear down. I'm gonna push it away. I'm gonna ignore him. I'm not gonna let him in because I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be betrayed. I don't want to be left out in the cold because he is the one person that could totally tear me to the core. But this is about being thrust into that situation, knowing this is the one person that could cause you the deepest pain in your life. But this is also the one person who can bring you the greatest pleasure and bliss. It's time to flip that switch and know they're going to bring you bliss. They are your other half. They are your dream come true. This is about going into that unfamiliar situation and allowing it to happen. Because when you do that, you will be grateful you did. You see how she's moving forward into this light, and she has this light beaming down on her? Your past, him, is your future. If you can allow yourself to emerge into the situation, allow him in. See, this like sunlight is just shining on her face. Again, even the card here was the sun. Everything that you desire, your hopes and dreams, are with him. But you have to trust him and let him in. It's interesting because Divine Masculine had a card to trust as well. That's what you have. Now you have this divine intervention. And at the bottom it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for being with, and sorry you can't see it while I read it. It's getting dark out and I have a glare if I angle it your way. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for being with, name the person in need, and for helping with, describe the situation. I have faith in divine intervention and I fully accept your guidance now. There are things going on to bring the two of you together that are going on behind the scenes. This is going to be the answer to your prayers. It is going to bring you this miracle. It is going to bring the two of you together. It is, in fact, in divine timing. Many of you have wondered, oh my gosh, when's this going to happen? It's divine timing. It's not our timing. It's God's timing. But when that happens, you have wanted this. You love him. You long for him. You think of him. You want this. But interestingly, as much as you want it, to allow it to happen, you must fully open your heart. Open your heart, allow it to, they're saying, allow it to beat again. And trust him. If you look, this person laying on this table, she's laying here and she's got the doctor and the nurse working on her. She's got the angels overhead helping. You have this entire team that is helping you. You've got this illumination above her heart. They're encouraging you, allow your heart to open up. Allow him in. Allow him in. A lot of divine feminine think, oh, he's the runner. Well, twins are mirrors of each other. If you look at it, many of you actually deep down have been runners because you've been fearful of opening your heart to him. Now you are being congratulated because you have come to this point of coming back together, coming into reunion. And this time for good. This time for good. Not a come together and bounce back in your opposite corners. No, this is it. This is the grand finale. This is what you've been waiting for. This is what you've been working so hard for. They are congratulating you because you have done all this healing to open your heart. But for a large number of you, the thing is because of what has transpired between the two of you in the past. You're not sure, can I trust it? Can I trust that he's here for good? I mean, I want to open because, again, this is reverse. Up to this point, you have not wanted to open up to him. You have not wanted to trust him. You have not wanted to let him help you. You have been like, I've got this. I can do this on my own. Baby, I'm a queen. A queen doesn't have to have a king. I've got everything I want. I'm intelligent, I'm powerful, I'm on top of things. I'm good. I've got this. But you're not. You don't need someone. You don't have to have someone, but you would like to have him. You would like to have that person who compliments you, who is in fact your king, where you're not needing the other person, you're not using the other person. That's actually a perfect complement, perfect pair, and he is yours. So now you want that. You no longer want to not reach out. You no longer want to keep him out of your comfort zone. You no longer want to push him away out of fear of being in the cold. You are now to the point that you're ready. And they're congratulating because you have done the work to heal your heart. But the part that they're saying for a number of you that still needs to energetically be tweaked, we'll say energetically tweaked to allow this to come in, is to trust him. Open your heart and know that he's not going to hurt you. Know that it's not going to be a repeat of what it has been in the past. Know that this time it's going to be completely different. This time it's going to be completely magical. See this rainbow coming up out of her heart? After every big storm, what happens? You get this big, beautiful rainbow. And at the end of the rainbow is your treasure. This has been the biggest storm of your life. You've gone through a lot. You've done a lot of healing. You are at the end of the rainbow. Your treasure chest is him. But you need to trust that this time it is going to be magical. You need to trust that this is the time you guys are coming back together for good. You need to trust that he's not going to up and run away, because for many of you, you're so fearful it's going to be a repeat of the past that even though you want to let him in, even though you're ready, you still have that sword drawn. You're like, I'm going to be real quick. If I see him do anything, I'm going to twitch real quick. I'm going to run. I'm going to cut this off. Allow it. Let him in. Let him help you. The conversation to have with him is to, when you do have the conversation with him, let him know that you did not ignore his help, nor did you deny his help. You did not also deny letting him in because you doubted his capabilities. You doubted him not being able to support you, because again, you are very strong and very powerful in your own right. So is he. So for some of you, he kind of took it as a slap, like she doesn't even want let me in to help. Like, I'm supposed to be helping her, but she doesn't even want me in to help. She just pushes me away. So then, men are providers. They're protectors. You wouldn't even let him do what he's designed to do. He wants to protect you. He wants to help you. You wouldn't let him do that. So for some of you, it's kind of like a slap to the face. Does she not think I'm good enough? Does she not think I'm capable? So have the conversation with him to let him know it was nothing against him personally at all. You think he is more capable than anyone you've met. He makes you feel things you have never felt. Instead, you were so afraid that he was going to hurt you, because he is the only person that you've met that if you were to open up to him, he could hurt you more deeper than anyone you've ever met. And that terrified you. Let him know that. Put the sword down, clear the air. Let him know you love him. Let him know how you feel. Let him know that you were not pushing him away because of anything that you thought he was not going to be able to do or incapable of doing. It was simply because you were unable to let your fear go. You were too fearful of what you felt. And you're going to find he has the same fears. He was fearful of what he felt for different reasons. Let him know. Okay? Now, go ahead and think of a question. I'm going to move these out of the way. We're going to put your angel answer card down here. Think of a question. If you've still got something that maybe I've not answered, you want to know, and we are going to flip that over in 1 second. Let me get my book, and I'm going to read it for you. Your answer is yes. Now, there are 2 yeses in this deck. This is the first one. Does not have the exclamation point. There is one with an exclamation point. Okay, so you have yes. You love her arms, how they're just like, she has opened up to receiving. Ladies, it is time to open up to receive. And you will be so glad that you did. Okay, the book says the answer to your question is yes. If you want a more detailed reply to your inquiry, you can ask additional questions and pull more cards. Well, we are not going to pull more cards because we are out of time. but there are some conversations coming. Get ready for those conversations. Have those conversations. Be honest. Be vulnerable. You both need to be vulnerable with each other. The time has come. You both have kept your walls up. Neither of you have been honest with each other. Don't finger point. It's not that he wasn't being honest. It's not that she wasn't being honest. Neither of you are being honest. But the time has come for honesty. The time has come for true intimacy. Because for most of you, you've already been physically intimate, and it was amazing fireworks. But true intimacy is into me you see. When we have true intimacy with someone, we really let them see everything deep in us. We let them know about our hopes. We let them know about our fears. We let them know about our worries. We are honest with them. We let them know what's hurt us in the past. We let them know what our concerns are. We share those things with complete trust. Trusting that they're not going to take that and hurt us. Trust that they're not going to take that and use that against us. And both of you can trust that they're not going to. Because how you feel for them, they feel for you. You are completely mirrors of each other. And the time has come for you to both of you let the walls down, have a conversation. So I wish you a lot of love, joy, and blessings.